all about anime. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to be updated on all videos that I will be uploading. For today's video, we will talk about the Chapter 1070 of One Piece manga entitled The Strongest Form of Humanity. Luffy runs to Sentomaru and apologizes to him for distracting him. Sentomaru, however, tells Luffy that he foresaw Lucci's attack, but he was not fast enough to block it. Lucci tells Sentomaru that he needs him out of the picture if CP0 is to take command of the Seraphim. As he tries to attack him again, he gets intercepted by Luffy, who spins around and slams Lucci far away into a wall with a move the former calls Gomu Gomu no Don Whip. Jinbe calls to Luffy and tells him that they need to get to the real Vegapunk in order to save Atlas, but Luffy ends up spinning himself so hard that he cannot stop himself from doing so, and he even unintentionally heads towards the opposite direction of his crow. Meanwhile, the Seraphim continue to push back CP0 with Koku saying that they are unstoppable and even if they destroyed them, they would still consider it a loss. Stussy even adds that the most terrifying aspect of it all is that the Seraphim are still only children. Up on the lava phase, Franky asks Vegapunk if the ability that a shark is using is the Sui Sui no Mi that Senor Pink ate, and if it means Senor Pink is dead now since there can be no two users of the same devil fruit at the same time. Vegapunk tells Franky that Senor Pink is in fact alive and confined in Impel Down, and Franky asks in response if Vegapunk copied his devil fruit. Vegapunk clarifies that he is only capable of replicating Zoan devil fruits, which he considers the process of doing so vastly different and more acceptable from Caesar Clown's Smile production. He also says that with unlimited resources, he could replicate even the special types of Zoan fruits, though he is not sure if he can get them to awaken. He says that he tried to replicate Logia fruits, but found it to be very complicated. For Paramecia fruits, however, he found an alternative method of replicating their powers by synthesizing blood from a Paramecia user's lineage factor, the green blood flowing through S-Shark, S-Bear, and S-Snake right now, which allows the latter to use the Niku Niku no Mi and Maro Maro no Mi respectively. Vegapunk concludes saying that the Seraphim are the culmination of all of his ideas and may go down in history as the most powerful beings that ever existed in the world. Franky is left in awe as Nomi realizes that this was the reason the 7 Warlords of the Sea had been abolished, while Usopp panics over the nature of what Vegapunk has just created, with Sanji and Robin even adding that they consider the Seraphim a threat to them. Down in Fabria phase, Lucci recovers and charges for Sentomaru once again, but Luffy intercepts him again and tries to bite down on him. Lucci sidesteps him and Luffy fires the rubble he jumped down on at Lucci, who either tries to dodge or destroy. Luffy then backs up into a pipe that he makes rubber and fires himself at Lucci at rocket speed in a move he calls Gomu Gomu no Don Rocket, nailing him square in the chest. Lucci goes flying once again as he calls Luffy's devil fruit insanely powerful and that he's starting to lose consciousness. Chopper and Jinbe are then directed by S-Snake to the vacuum rocket, which will take them up to lava phase. Jinbe thanks her and says that it is nice to see a kind version of Boa Hancock for a change, though S-Snake claims she was only following orders. With only 1 minute before the vacuum rocket departs, Chopper once again calls to Luffy. Sentomaru tells Luffy that he trusts Vegapunk with him and his crew, and he promises to help him escape. Luffy then heads for the rocket and changes back to normal. The speed of the rocket ends up waking Jewelry Bonnie up as they arrive in about 30 seconds. After which the rocket shuts down and the Frontier Dome becomes fortified, with all the researchers being told to barricade themselves until the intruders have been dealt with. As for Sentomaru, he ultimately passes out, which now means that CP0 can command the Seraphim. Stussy suggests they wait for the Marines, but Lucci says it will take too long. All they can do now is block the exits to ensure that neither Vegapunk nor the Straw Hat Pirates escape. As for the Straw Hats, Nomi asks why the world government wants Vegapunk dead if he is such a valuable ally to them, to which Vegapunk says that they fear he will turn his vast intellect against them despite never having such intentions. Nonetheless, Usopp and Franky agree to let Vegapunk on board their ship, with Franky in particular gushing at the notion of Vegapunk inspecting his ship. Meanwhile, Luffy's group manage to find a place to get Atlas patched up as Bonnie leaves to confront Vegapunk once again, saying that if he cannot turn her father back to normal, then she has no choice left but to kill him. Even though others noted that she had simply lashed out in anger. Out at sea, Kizaru makes his way to Egghead with a fleet of warships. He says that theoretically the Straw Hats teaming up with Vegapunk will make for an easy escape, but he does not intend for it to be so. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.